Toledo presents E3 coverage. Hosts Danny Pena, Paris Lilly, and Peter Toledo are direct from the convention center floor.
All right, we continue with E3 2019, our coverage here live, and we're here checking out Turtle Beach, man. So present yourself, and we'll go from there, man.
How's it going? I'm Mac Marshall. I'm the head of communications for Turtle Beach.
Mac, I know I had you on the show before.
Yeah, we talked.
So what is new since then, man?
It's a cool year for Turtle Beach. We got a lot of stuff going on. The big news for E3 this year was that we actually just completed our acquisition of Rawcat, which is a leading PC gaming accessories brand that was run out of we're in Germany, Hamburg, Germany.
Okay.
And so we actually just closed that acquisition like a week ago, and we're still moving forward, but it's going to be really cool because what that allows us to do is to move from being the current, for the past 9 years, we've been the leading console gaming headset maker, and now with a whole new kind of PC side of the business with a group that definitively knows the PC space, it allows us to really kind of fast forward our kind of march into the PC sector and really kind of start creating kind of both headsets and now keyboards and mice and other things that really kind of cater to that PC gamer audience the same way we cater to, on the headset side with the console side.
Yeah. Now with console, I know Xbox, you could do keyboard and mouse. Have you guys decided to go on that route? Or not
no,
really?
We haven't figured that far out just yet. That's, at this point, Rawcat and the PC team are still going to focus predominantly on PC as their main thing.
Yeah.
We're still going to focus on the headsets. Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily know what the future looks like 100% just yet in terms of, like I said, we just closed that deal, so there's a few more, figuring out whose products are what and whose teams are going to be using what products and all those different pieces of the puzzle. Mm-hmm. So by time next year comes around, we'll probably have a much cleaner view on what the big kind of mega Turtle Beach Rawcat company is and what the future products are going to be. Yeah. For the time being, we're just going to, Rawcat's going to keep doing their thing for the rest of this year. We're going to keep doing our thing. There's going to be touch points like E3 where it makes sense for us to kind of look at everything together. Yeah. But right now we're just excited about what the whole thing holds.
I know we have a couple products here right in front of me. So yeah. What's going on with this?
So for E3, as part of this kind of joint kind of Turtle Beach Rawcat company now, mm-hmm. We announced two new things. So we announced on the headset side of the business, we announced the Recon Spark, which is this guy right here, and this is kind of an all new color spin on one of our later headsets. And what we're kind of doing now is because we're kind of at the beginning, if you will, of the next console transition cycle, from PS4 to 5 and from the Xbox One to the next one and so on. Well, we've been out with our whole line to support the current generation for a little while now. We have a lot of products out there at every price point. So now we're at the point where we're kind of finding little segments that we haven't kind of little windows that we haven't done things in yet. Mm-hmm. So if you look at another headset over here too, just to start with, is the Recon 70. So this is kind of the replacement, the successor model for the Recon 50. Okay. And the Recon 50 has been the best-selling wired gaming headset in North America and a really good with selling headset in Europe for the past 2 years. And so what we're seeing, now is we're trying to add more variety to our lineup this year. So if you look at the poster behind you, there's a lot more color options of the Recon 70. It's a standard 3.5 millimeter headset. It plugs into anything. So the idea here is that the Recon 70 will take over as another one of our best sellers, and there's a lot more options of it. So that's a good idea. And then on the Spark side of things is again looking at audiences that's out there. This is a very cool kind of lavender and white color spin on a headset. That color.
Really good,
right? And you look at there's audiences out there the girl gaming audience is huge, right? If you even just look at Fortnite, half of Fortnite's audience are female gamers, right? So trying to create something to fill in these other kind of windows that we haven't kind of catered to in the past is the goal here. Spark is the first one, and the what's cool about Spark is the idea is that there's going to be other Spark products eventually. So this is the first one, and it just happens to be lavender and white. But there's not to say that there could be a future where we have maybe a Stealth 600 Spark Edition headset that's two completely other unique colors that are outside of the normal spectrum that Turtle Beach does in terms of our usual white or black and green and blue kind of for or red for PC and stuff like that. We're kind of trying to give a little bit more variety in the stuff that we have out there now, just because that's what people want.
Oh, are we going to see a wireless version of Spark?
Eventually, I mean, there might be a wireless Spark product. Definitely not this year. This is the first one. We're going to look at like Spark, versions of other products in the future, though, and this is the first.
And how's it been ever since you guys been releasing headsets now for the Nintendo Switch? How's that been going?
Really well. I mean, so what was great is it was last E3, I believe, is when Fortnite revealed that they had in-game chat, right?
Yes, yes.
Through the game, not through the hardware, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And so what that kind of enabled us to do is like, well, now we have a whole new audience that we can kind of push a whole selection of headsets for. And what's neat now too is as things continue to move along, there's going to be a lot more Switch games that will have chat enabled on it, in addition to just having good audio. So people are going to need more headsets.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anything else? Anything?
The Recon 70s are actually already out, right? And so there's boxed versions for Nintendo, for PlayStation, for Xbox, for PC, whatever the case is. But the neat thing about it is because it's again a $40 wired headset, it plugs in anything, so it doesn't actually matter which one you get. They work with everything. And then the Recon Spark, that actually comes out at the end of July. And that one's $50. A couple slight differences between the two for what you get for your money.
Can you tell us the difference?
Yeah, so you'll see like the Spark has the metal reinforced headband, so a little bit more durable. And on the ear cushions, these actually have our dual foam glasses friendly ear cushions, which means the foam that if you wear glasses, the foam that's in the section that would push on the bars of your glasses is actually a much softer density foam, so it doesn't push as hard. It just means you can kind of stay comfortable and game for longer.
That's good. Okay.
Also, because the Spark is kind of a multi-platform headset, we've also added, just as anybody that has the kind of pink and green kind of separate audio and mic jacks, we included that cable as well. So that's the jump, essentially the $10 for between $40 and $50 for the Spark.
All right. But
cool. And then, like I said, Spark is going to be out end of July. In North America, it's a Target exclusive for a little while, but also available at turtlebeach.com, and then will be available kind of widely after that. But one thing to note is this is more of a limited edition. We didn't make as many of the Sparks as per se like we did with like a Recon 70 or something like that. So when these guys are gone, like that's going to be it.
All right. Well, take advantage of it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Thanks for
the time.
Yeah, so website, any information?
Honestly, any web information for Turtle Beach, you just head over to www.turtlebeach.com, and it's all right there for you.
All right, thanks, man.
Well, man, thanks a lot.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.